What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Just wrapped up my daily recap, and during that recap I had made comment about this camera tucked back over my shoulders, and actually it's not even a camera. That is an iPhone 6. We had what, an iPhone 13 or 14 right now, so that phone doesn't get much usage or any usage as a cell phone, but it can get usage as a webcam on OBS. So that camera back there is set up to show my trading station. I made mention during the recap that I was gonna make a video showing my trading station that I use here at the house. Let's go ahead and swap that camera around. Peace. What's up? That there is my trading setup here at the house. I have shown my trading setup that I use when I'm traveling, my travel trading rig. This here is my setup that I use at the house. 3 monitors. Do I need 3 monitors? No, because I trade just fine using 2 monitors when I'm traveling. But when I first built this setup, I built it with 3 monitors, so I might as well use all 3 monitors. What I'm gonna do right now is kind of walk you through what each monitor is set up to show and how I use it. And then I'll show you how I trade with just 2 monitors. It is not very hard. So we're gonna start with the far right monitor. On this far right monitor, this is the main page for Thinkorswim. This is the one where you can kind of hide the watch list and this little info center. But what I have over here is the news. I have my gap list watch list, which I can kind of rotate from gap list to my previous Hive day scanner, various different scanners that I've built inside of Thinkorswim. Right here, I have my daily ideas. Right now, it just has the 6 that I usually trade because I'm only trading options right now. But let's say that there was something up here on the gap list that I wanted to add to my daily ideas. It's just as simple as, and I already did it for HUT. I had kind of did this video and had to stop it. I had a phone call come in. Let's say I want to trade BT. I just hold down the mouse. Boom, drag it over there. It's that simple. Below that, I have my options watch list. And then below that, I have the markets. So if I just want to take a quick glance, see what the market's doing, see if it's up or down. We see only thing that is up right now is the QQQ, and it's just barely up. Everything else finished down today. So that's my watch list area. Over here, this is what I use in the mornings during pre-market to find my trade ideas. And I'm gonna switch this back over to the SPY. Actually, nah, let's not do the SPY. Let's put it back. Let's put it on this one, just so it's clean and it doesn't have all those lines on it. So pre-market, this is what I use. 12-hour chart. With the after hours turned on, you just don't see the after hours on here because I have the highlighted areas turned off. I don't like looking at that. It's more of this chart is after hours than it is actually traded because you're only getting 2 candles during the daytime. So I turn that off and then I just look at it like that. One thing, let's see, what's another one? Let's try VOO. There we go. Actually, I guess I do need to look at the SPY real quick. On the 12-hour, it's a quick way for me to know if an area is after hours or if it's actually being traded. If you come down to volume, you see how these blank areas of volume? That's after hours pre-market. Not much activity is being traded during that time. To the right of that, I have the hourly chart. This one, of course, pre-market is on as well. I don't mind seeing this because I still got a good area of black in there, knowing when it's actual market time being traded. I use these two to get my long-term bias. This one kind of tells me where the market is at intermediate. This is long-term. Again, I use this one only because I can see after hours and pre-market. On the daily, it does not give me that option. Below that, I got my 5-minute. This here is telling me, like right now, what is the market doing? So let's say that this was in the morning right now, and I see that the SPY is kind of in an uptrend on the 5-minute. We're getting some higher lows and some higher highs. So on market open, I can assume that this should kind of keep uptrending. Even if it's gapping down, I still can kind of see that this is in an uptrend until it hits some significant resistance. In this case, that significant resistance on open was previous high of day. We see right when market open, what did it do? Pop right up, flush back down, pop back up, tried it again, and then it finally broke. You see some arrows on this chart. I took a trade on the SPY today, right there, made money on it. And then, of course, like I said, I got the daily over here. Again, long-term picture telling me what the market is doing. So that is the right screen. Center screen. Center screen has the thumbnail watch list. Fairly self-explanatory. I have 10 blocks. I could watch 10 different stocks, and then I can keep an eye on the markets. When I say the markets, I'm referring to the SPY ETF and the QQQ ETF. So this follows the NASDAQ. This follows the New York Stock Exchange. So I'm watching these two, and then I got up to 10 ideas that I could watch. When the market opens, I'm watching the 1-minute chart. This is something that I just recently started doing to kind of catch those quick moves at market open that I might want to take advantage of. Prime example, Microsoft last week, I found a nice 1-minute 3-bar play right off the open. I would have missed that had I had these charts turned to the 2-minute chart. But after about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I don't want to be looking at the 1-minute charts no more. Easy fix that I found. I can come right here. I could say thumbnail watch list black charts, 2-minute extended hours turned on. I click it. Now all of these charts are 2-minute charts. I keep these 6 on there. If I had some other ones here, I would have to drag those over. Very simple. I go to that right-hand side screen. I click it. Let's say it's HUT. Boom, I drag HUT. BTBT. Boom, I drag BTBT. It's that simple to add those. But if I come up here and I click that 2-minute, it's only going to drop those 6. That way it keeps it clean for me in the morning. So that's my center screen. Left screen where the magic happens. On the left screen, I have the charts that I actually want to be looking at when I'm trading. So let's go back. I'm gonna click this one. Let's see if it's doing anything. Not really doing much. It got a lot of volume, but not really doing much after hours. So we'll go back to the SPY. Got lines and everything on the SPY. All right, so this setup here, I have the ladder. This is the ladder. Now, with this setup, I'm trading options right now. I'm trading out of my small account, and I'm trading options. So on the ladder, you see it's like a lavender, a purple color. I have the active ladder. I have this little small buy window, and I have this chart right here set to lilac. That's what I was trying to say, lilac. This is set to the same as my options watch list. So watch this. I'm gonna come over to that right screen. I'm gonna click on an option. Notice it's changing the ladder and it's changing that right hand chart, which is a 1 minute chart. So below the active ladder, I have level 2. To the right of that, I have time and sales. And then I have 3 more charts. I got a 2 minute, a 5 minute, and an hourly. And these are all set with red. So red corresponds with my daily ideas watch list. So if I click something on my daily ideas watch list, it's going to change these 3 charts, time and sales, level 2. And that is it. That's my system right there. Fairly simple. So let's say I wanted to take a Microsoft trade. So I'm going to click over. I'm going to be watching Microsoft's charts. And then if I need to load a Microsoft contract, I just click it and it's right there. That's pre-market. This over here is not going to really get used pre-market. So let me show you. I'm going to go back to my right screen now. Let's say market is about to open. Come over to right screen. You remember I said that I have the pre-market review set up here. Right before market opens, I'm going to change that and I'm going to click trade. And now on my 3 screens, I have the options, contracts, I have the watch list. So again, we're going to use that Microsoft as the example. Let's say that I want to, and before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and delete that one out of there. Let's say that I want to trade the Microsoft right here. And like I say, for me, it's 2 things I pay attention to. I pay attention to open interest and I pay attention to delta. And you heard me say, I like to keep my deltas around 0.25. If I click any of these stocks, when you get around this 0.25, 0.30, they always going to have high volume or high open interest. And just a quick note, open interest. Someone asked a question in another chat room one day. What's the difference between open interest and volume? Because you see, I don't even have volume on here. Open interest is the number of contracts that are actually out there in the streets to buy or sell. Volume is the number of contracts that were traded that day. So I'm more interested in how many contracts are actually out there as opposed to what got traded that day. So I'm looking at open interest. I like to see this at least 2,000. 1,000 is kind of thin. 2,000 is good for me. Delta, 0.29. I'm in the process of going up to this 0.41. If I scale up, that's what it would be. So I might buy 2 here. If I scale up, I'm going to just scale up to right there. Let's click on the SPY real quick just to see what those numbers look like for delta and open interest. This contract expired today, so it's worthless. Let's go to the 20th. Let's come on down, come on down. Look at that. 0.36 is the big one. That has 107,000 contracts open interest. This would probably be the one that I'm trading right there. These are not bad. They all over 10,000. Look at this as liquidity. That's the easiest way to think of it. Look at this as liquidity. How easy is it going to be to buy a contract or get somebody to buy a contract that you're trying to sell? But let's go on back over to Microsoft. We're going to look at that 0.29. All right, we'll go 0.22 now that the market is did some fluctuating. Let's say that we want to get this contract. I right click it. I say add options. And it's going to add it to my options watch list. And that's it. Any contract I want to add. So let's say I want one on both sides. So I want a call and I want a put. For the put, let's say we're going to go with this one right here, just outside the money. Add options. There we go. So I got both of them. And then I can see C and P, call put. That's how I know which one to change. And I just have to be diligent in saying, okay, I want the call. I click it. Now let's go back over the left screen real quick, and then we'll put all of this together. We're going to put it all together. So we got Microsoft already pulled up. Let's say I want to trade the call contract for Microsoft. I'll click it. You notice ladder change, this chart change. I can look right there. I see the C, it's the call. Up there, it's going to be the same because they're linked. That's the call. Boom, I'm ready to go. Now I'm just looking for a pattern to form and for me to get in the trade. That's it. That is my trading layout. If I'm using two screens, I'm going to take this back over to my right-hand screen. And you just have to visualize this. Remove that center screen out of your mind. Remove that center screen out of your mind. And now I'm just going to be trading with the left-hand monitor, which is where the magic happens. That's my order entry screen. Get in and out of trades. And I'm going to use the right-hand monitor, the one with the main Thinkorswim screen. So you remember the charts. This is my pre-market setup. When market is ready to open and I just want to look at the thumbnail watch list, I click right here, charts. Boom. You see how simple that was? This is an old layout though. So watch how simple it is to change this to the one that you just saw. 1 minute, black, bam. That's it. So now I'm only using two screens. I'm looking at my thumbnail watch list. If I see something I want to get in, I can click it over here. That's going to drop it on the charts on my order entry monitor. If I want to get in a contract, I click it right there. That's going to drop that on the order entry monitor. And that's all it is. That is all it is. If I need to add a contract, all I do is come up to trade, click it, come down. Let's say I want that one. I go to add it to the options. Boom. That easy. So I really can trade with two monitors just as easy as I can with three monitors. The only difference with the three is that I can have the thumbnail watch list dead center, and I can have the options contracts on its own screen, always pulled up, so I don't have to click these tabs. And that is it. That is my layout in a nutshell. And it's all about having solid ideas, though. It all comes down to, because you can have 10 monitors, 20 monitors, but if you don't know what to look for, all those monitors are just for show. It's people that trade on a laptop and they make whatever their daily goal is on just a laptop. So don't think that you need all this elaborate equipment to trade. It helps, and I'm sure some people make good use of it, but for me, this works perfect. Only thing I thought about doing is buying bigger monitors. I bought these are 24-inch monitors. Out in my shop, my embroidery shop, I got 27-inch out there, and I'm thinking about upgrading to the bigger monitor because it's easier on these. It's easier on my eyes. It's not going to really change the way I trade much, but I appreciate y'all checking me out. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. If you hadn't already, hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Would love to have you over here, and it doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out in these YouTube streets. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up, and we're going to be ready to get back in this market again tomorrow. Peace.